Hey, hey, hey! Good morning! Well, I've got enough of my chores done that I feel like I am ready to go and hit this stuff this morning. Now, I have not done a middle page myself yet, so I haven't actually figured it out. So I thought I would bring you along with my thought process so that I don't know if you'd rather just see what I'm going to do or if you want to see my thought process. So you guys kind of let me know about that, whether you'd like to be in on this whole thing or just have me come on once I've got everything all set and ready to go. I guess in some ways this can be a little confusing if, you know, it's not just bam, bam, bam. So I don't know. You guys let me know on that one. Tell me what you think. Okay, so I've pulled out pieces and parts. See if I can get everything in here. I still want to have kind of the same elements. Now this is the front folder for the center tab. Okay, that's what we're working on today. Now obviously I'm going to want my calendar on there just like I always have. And I'm going to want pockets so I can get my pockets out of these little scraps that I had. Go ahead and I've got a 1/2 inch on both of them, but I'm not sure how all of this is going to work. I know I want the calendar. Do I want the calendar in the center? But I mean, the main thing is, let's see. There we go. The main thing is the March tab has to be in the center. So if I put the calendar here, I could flip it up this way just like all the other ones. But then it's going to be difficult trying to figure out how to get this card in and out. I don't know. But that's what we're dealing with. Or I could move it and have it flip over to the side. So there's the first problem. Then, you know, I'm normally doing 2 pockets. Well, so I have, this is more than 4 inches because that's what I've been doing is 4 inches by 2.5. And these are both 2.5. So I could actually do 2 pockets across the bottom and have this coming down over the top of the 2 pockets, and that would give me my because I will still punch out my edge border, so that would give it to me all the way across but still be 2 different pockets. And I could, let's see, but then I'm still not liking how I would have to get this card in and do, you know, how am I going to keep it in? Am I going to do another pocket up here? Which I don't really like that idea. I could cut into the paper and have it stuck behind. You know, it would be just kind of close here up to the top, but I think that would make it too hard still because the calendar, I think I would prefer it centered. Then, like, I could push it all the way down to the bottom and have a strip across here and cut into that. That's a possibility. I think another reason that you might not like this is it will make the videos a lot longer. Now, I wonder if I were to do side pockets and I'd have my border punch down both sides, and then this would be centered. But then still what to do with the card. But if I flipped it over this way, I could do a strip of paper such as, where's my, let's Where's my big strip? Here it is. So this is the strip. So I could use, excuse me, I could use this, cut a space into this, and put this down in there so it would be like that, and you wouldn't see this part. That might actually work. And then I'd have the two side pockets and the calendar come down and just magnet close it and not have, well, I guess I could still have the strip like I have on all the other ones with the little flower at the bottom. And I could, let's see, I have this. So I could do that. And then that part is still going to look the same as all the others, but it's different. Now let's see, I pulled out this color on the 6x8. Of course, you have the 12x12, so if you don't have the 6x8, that's fine. You can use some of the 12x12. So there's some green that I could use. There's some yellow. Now, this is the actual paper that goes with this month, but I'm using the yellow on this. I don't know that I'd like it on the pockets. I think that might be a little too boring. I pulled out this color. I don't really have a whole lot of orange, but there is a lot of yellow in that. And then I also pulled out this one. Now this got a yellow. It's got some purple. I think this might be the one that's gonna, give it some pop. And then I'm going to use all the little stamps. I think I'm going to put them on black. And then I think I could use the stamps down the sides. And if I put them on black, let's see. I don't know, is that, I'm looking at through my smallest pieces. I think I'll get this piece out. I'm keeping my stash pretty darn thin. Quite pleased with that. So if I put the black on there, then the postage stamps will really, and it will tone this down just a little bit, and just have these. That might be the ticket item. What you guys think? I think I like it. I think I like it. Do, 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 do. Oh, who was that? Partridge Family. Okay, I'm showing my age. Showing my age. Okay, I think let me put these guys back. Not to say that I won't get these papers worked in somehow, but I think for right now, I think this is the way I'm gonna go. Although this, let's see, did I pull out a different strip? I have just a yellow strip. I wonder if that orange, do I have just that orangey, bright orange color? Let's see. Come on, I just want the bright orange color. It's one thing. Bright orange. Do I have one that's just bright orange? Here it is. Here it is. Now that will incorporate some of the orange in this. Okay, peeps. I think we got it. I think we got it. I think we got it. Now, is that going to be too crazy, awful? I don't know. I don't know. I also pulled this one out. Now, I can't use the back side of this one. Well, that does too. They've got pumpkins on them, and I don't want to bring the pumpkins in to March. Even though you can barely see them, I will know they're there. I will know. And you know, one thing I could do just to make that pop a little bit is put it down on a very tiny, tiny amount of green. This is green, people. I'm so sorry. And then with the black, and I think just really thin black, thin green. And I think that, yeah. I think that's going to work. At least that's what I'm going to try. Or because there is a lot of green, let me try with this brightish orange color, and there'll be just ever so slight amount showing anyway. The only part really that will show, it'll be around the scallops mostly. So how's that? And then that orange will come back, but yet it's not going to be so overpowering. Which one do I like better? I think the green looks better with this paper. What other things did I pull out? That was it. I think the green looks better with this paper though. I also have pulled out the solid green to use. Let's see what this does for this versus the decorative green. So there's that with the plain green. Really not much of a difference. Truly. Okay. I think we're going with the green. I'm going to make a decision. I like them both about the same, but I think the green wins out. Either green. But quite honestly, I think this one for these purposes. Okay, I'm going to put these back, get them out of my way. Got to clean up the area here. So now that I know where we're going, let me go ahead and try and prep a few things so it'll be just a bit quicker, but you won't miss a beat. All right, guys, be right back. Okay, I am still aching over this thing. I decided that this is a little too much out of the realm, but I need something that's going to give me some pop, but I think this is going to overpower everything else I'm doing because this is such a light palette. So, and I did the green strip, and I'll give you guys measurements once I figure out what I'm going to do. I did the green strip on there, but it's still so boring. So then I thought, well, let me try the orange strip again. But since I'm not going to use that paper, that would be, you know, it's better, but it's still not really matching anything. Now, the other thing I could do is a piece of the yellow. Let's see, I think I have the actual yellow piece. Let's see if we put that here. I think that washes out. You just have to be so careful with this lighter color. I wonder if I put a piece of this cream against the black and then put this on the cream. Well, actually, I kind of like that. Okay, so that might be what I do there. And you know, it's funny that I pulled this out because the other thing that I realized is so far I have not used washi tape on this page, but you guys know all of the choices I have. Now this has got blues and reds and all that, so this won't work. This is all pink. This is all brown, blue, pink, gold. And I guess, you know, the gold would work, but it's just not in my wheelhouse for this project. So, let's see. I could make my own paper with the washi tape. Oh, oh, I am so sorry. Excuse me. I sneezed into my sleeve, so that was good. Okay, so see, I don't like that. But what if we made our own paper with the washi tape on the sides? Because I think this lightens this up, but yet gives it some tone, and there are purples. I think that's what I'm gonna try it anyway. Let me get a piece that will be large enough so that and that will use up some washi tape too. So let's see. What do I have here that will work? Any of those wide enough? This one might be wide enough. Oh, that one's just perfect. I don't know if I'll get two out of it. And of course, do I have two of those? No, it's just super thick paper. Okay. So this one, and I believe this one will work. All right, the rest of you get back in order here. Okay. All right, so there's that. Yeah, so still, you know, sometimes this takes a long time, as all of you crafters know. So, let's see. I think this one needs to be cut down just a smidge so that they're the same size. Well, actually, no, I guess they are. They are the same size. It's just this way they're not. Okay, so I'm going to cut this down just a little bit more than it is right now, just so I'm not covering way more than I need to. All right, so let me move this stuff out of the way for a moment, because we're going to try this out and see how it works. Now, as you know, with washi tape, you know what I think? Now, you guys can do this with your, sorry for the noise. You guys can do this with your, I'm sorry for the reach there, with your 1/4 inch tape or with your glue. But for expediency purposes, I am going to lay this down on the side. Cut the excess off. And you got to remember that, well, I can just fold it over. It's it will be cut down. So this way it is kind of overkill because there is going to be paper put over the top of this. So, but I'm just doing it for expediency's sake. And my 1/4 inch. I'm just going to put another piece on the end here. And we will wrap it around the back. Oops. Which probably would have been just enough to put it down the back. Yeah, you know, it probably would have been just fine to just put it around the back. But that's okay. I mean, for me, but for you guys, if you just flipped it over and put a strip here and a strip here, and maybe one strip in the center or something, just to, because it is going to be glued down onto, but there's not, you know, you gotta make sure that you got something for it to actually, oh, I'm not explaining myself very well. We are going to glue paper down on top of the washi tape, but if there's nothing holding the washi tape up, that washi tape will come up, which means the paper will come up. Okay, so I think that maybe made some more sense. All right, so now, oh, I got that little piece stuck around the back there. Come on off of here. We are busy, got things to do, and you're causing problems. All right, so let's take this off. Throw it. Just throw them suckers. Get them out of here. All right. So now I'm really not going to watch other than making sure I get all of them right side up. I'm just going to, let's see, I think I'll start from the bottom. And I'm just going to put that tape down. Tear off. Lay the next one right next to it. Tear off. Tear off. And I'm just going to fold those around the back. So it's just another way of securing them. And again, I am not paying any attention to what's on here. I'm just putting it down. Just like using scraps up. But this is a nice way of using up your washi tape, working it into a project, just making your own paper. And we will be burnishing this down at the end. And I think this is going to be good enough to not mute or to not overpower the muted yellows that are in this, but it's going to hopefully bring them out a bit better. And at the same time, we'll be using up some washi tape, which is a wonderful thing. Okay, and one more. And remember, we will be cutting this down, so that top piece won't matter. Yeah, I put a nice little dent in there. Now I'm going to burnish this down so it really gets into that tape. I did miss just a little spot right there. See if I can pick it up. Try and reposition it a little better. Lift this one up. Yeah, of course it was the spot that I started burnishing, right? There we go. No other pieces before I burnish? Nope. Everything else is good. There we go. Alright, I'm going to pick this up. And I'm just going to fold everything over. Just doing them one at a time to make sure I'm getting it nicely. And then again, they come back over on top of each other. Probably wasted too much of it on the sides here. I won't do that again, but at least we know this stuff isn't going anywhere doing it this way. And you know, you're always looking to maintaining the integrity of your piece that you're building, because you want people to have it for years. And oh my gosh, isn't that cool? Wow. I like that too. And then if we put these on black and just kind of, oh, you know what? I love I love that. You see how fun things can get when you just kind of, oh wow, let me pull everything back in and see how I like that. That is pretty cool looking, if I do say so myself. And then it'll be on black. With a little bit of edge showing. Oh, you know what? I really like that. Isn't that funny? Okay, and then this will be like halfway on both sides. And so that brings in a lot of interest. All right, so now let me see. It does make it a lot busier though. So let me see. So what do you guys think? Oh, goodness gracious. Of course, and then we'll have these. Breaking this up. I can maybe put a long one in here. Or something with purple in it. Oh, maybe up here. I think maybe for this application I'm going to keep it this side. But you guys do whatever you want, but I think I'm going to keep it on this side, so I need to do another one of these. I don't know. What do you guys think? Wow. I'm hearing some of you yelling at me that it's absolutely horrible. Doesn't match anything. I'm hearing some of you saying use the other side because it's more artsy fartsy. I actually don't like that term. We're very artistic. Darn. I'm going to have to think this one through, guys. I'm not going to keep you on while I try everything under the sun. I will come back to you. Coming off on there. Okay. So now, let's get our pockets made. And I do have one side already folded down on both of these. So I can... you know what? This has got the perforation across a here. I don't like that. I don't like seeing that perforation edge. So I'm going to just... Now, why is that not even? Let me see. Huh. Okay, well, we're going to take that little... Let me move it over this way. When you're cutting something that for some reason is not quite straight, and one side is slightly longer than the other. So let me use this as an example. Why is that? Okay. Say we were going to cut this black, but it was like this. Can you see how it's thinner here than it is up here on your cutter? So say this is just your blade, and this is you know, where you see you need to cut off this little bit of overhang. So if you bring your blade from the top to cut off this edge here, you're going to fold under a little bit of your paper. So if you have where you need to cut down something, the largest size that's getting cut off, whether it's a 1/16 of an inch, especially if they're that small, you want to come at the largest size first with your cutter. Don't come at the smallest size up, because you will end up, possibly, not all the time, but you will end up folding a little bit of that paper, or not getting as clean a cut as you want. Where if you allow the blade, the largest piece, to grab hold of, then it will give you a nice clean cut. Okay, so let's see now. Let me double check now that I've cut at this a little bit. Now remember, I am going to use a black edge all the way around. And I think I'm okay. I guess now I need to actually take a little bit off one of the sides, but we'll come to that. Well, maybe I don't know. Let me see what I have here. Looks like one of these edges is not that straight as well. Oh, good Lord. Let's see. No, that's okay. What I'm doing is I'm putting it against the paper rest and using my lines to make sure that I am square, that my paper is square, and it is. So I am just going to cut off a sliver. And that is one thing that this paper cutter can do. I use the Fiskars Pro. I mean, it can take off tiny pieces. Okay, so I took that little sliver off there. So now I want my pocket to still have a edge, small, but an edge all the way around. And then I'm going to put a line where I'm going to score, and I'm going to do the same thing. And I know you say everything's the same size. Why did you move over there, and why didn't you just measure where you were measuring? You know, we're not perfect. Paper's not perfect. Cutters aren't perfect. So measure each one to the side or the place where you're going to put it, because you might find differences that in the long run are going to kind of visually not impact your piece as well as you'd like it to. Alright, so I'm just going to line up this mark in the center of two of these nibs so I can get into the groove that lines right up with that mark. Where's my mark? There it is. Let's see. Alright, and then I'm just going to use my scissors and cut these ends down just, well, this one a lot. Just trying to leave a, you know, approximate 1/2 inch to, I'll leave that because I'm going to have to back all those. Okay, let's put this away. As you go along, if you're just getting practice of putting things away. Now, I don't put my tools, my scissors, my tweezers, my bone folder, and my pencil, and my ruler. Usually, well, and double-sided tape if I'm using a lot of it. But usually those kind of 5 things, I don't put them away every time, because you use them every minute. Okay, so now let's get our little folders here. Our little handmade papers. Our own handmade papers. And then we're going to make sure that that's the way we want it. And make a little mark, leaving a little black edge all the way around. And this cutter ought to cut this just fine. You'll hear it lag down when it hits it. Just a little bit, but gosh, it just cuts it like butter. All right. So I think this is the one I was measuring, this one. Nice little black edge. And just, what do they call it? Dry fitting. Okay, so that's good. Let me just... and I'm not sure if the ink will stay on this washi tape. It doesn't seem to be doing real well, but okay. And then I'm going to start at the bottom on this one. Make sure I have a nice black edge, same amount all the way around. Put this on my white so I can see what I'm doing. It's another reason I love this board. I've got the black surface or the white surface that I can put this on to see what it is that I am doing. And then I'm going to just make a mark and cut this down. Okay, I think I need a little eraser. There we go. All right. I don't know what happened with this side. Let me see if I can pull this up, or did I glue it? I guess I glued this. Yeah, I did. I think, let me just put this back. This one piece of washi tape did not get folded well enough, tight enough, I guess is the word. So it is wider. I'm just trying to smush it down a little bit because I guess I didn't fold that over very well. That's a little better. I'm not going to worry about it too much. Most of that will be covered most of the time. And you know what I just thought of? Darn it. Well, I'll just have to add it. I wanted my borders, but I don't want to cut these down. So I'm going to add borders to it. So what do I have that I can do? Let's see. Be long enough. See, that'll be long enough and wide enough. And that is the shortest piece that I can actually use because I think these are too short. Yeah. All right. Let me get this one out. Okay. So now I'm going to go ahead and do this, and I'll be back in just a second. Okay, guys. Let's see. I'm making this little piece that I'm going to slide the card into that goes into the center for the tab. And I just cut a strip off of the top strip of the paper. And then I cut the black, and I'm just finishing off with a little quarter round on there. I just thought it would make it a little more interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and glue these down. Let me ink the edges real quick. And then I think I've got everything else ready to go. I hope you enjoyed kind of seeing my thought process. It does make for a longer video, but you just let me know which way you want it, and I will try and comply as often as I can. I am trying to keep these videos as close to 30 minutes as possible. I haven't been that successful just yet, but I'm working on it. Well, I'm hoping once the first time I've gone through these pieces that then you'll you'll be able to see what, how things are going. Now, I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to put my card to find out where I want. Where's my pencil? So I'm just going to make a mark at the end of the card on both sides, and I'm going to draw a line across. And first off, I need to make sure that I just made a straight line. All right, where's my little ruler? Little ruler. Here, little ruler. Come to mama. I swear. How does this happen? Sitting right here. I don't move a muscle. See, I don't put it back where it belongs. So then when I want it, I can't find it. Alrighty then. I don't see Timmy anywhere either. Here, Timmy. Well, I tell ya, that is just not very much fun. Okay, so we'll get the old, this was my mother's old ruler. And I'm looking to see, so it did go up just a little bit here, so I'm going to create my new line and then erase the old one. There we go. I made the new line darker, and I don't know if you can see it. Eraser. But what I'm going to do first is where the little line that I made on each side of the card and this long line intersect, to the outside of that I'm going to make an 1/8 of an inch hole, and this just helps keep it from ripping. So you're just going to do this right at the outside of where those, and you want to try and center it. So there's a hole. Where's my end? Right there. And you want to center that line that goes across the page with the hole. Okay, so there we go. All right. And now, if I had my little ruler, come on, what did I do with you? Where could you possibly be? Where, oh where is my ruler? Well, here's Timmy. I don't know. It's amazing. Absolutely amazing to me. Okay, so now I'm going to go from the bottom of the hole in just a smidge. Make sure it's nice and straight. I'll get this opened up. Make sure it's nice and straight and that you've got a good hold of it. And we're going to lightly go across to the other hole. What we're trying to do is make ourselves a slot. And there, I'm all the way through on that side, and then I'm going to flip it. And I'm going to go just into those holes the same amount. So I'm actually going to be pulling out about a 1/16 of an inch strip. So that will make it where our little card for our tab is going to go in there nice and easy. Be real careful. I cut into that other hole past it just a little bit, so I'm going to flip this around now and finish off this little bit right at the, there we go. Okay, pull this little slit out, and there we go. There we have it. So let's see how we're doing here. Oh yeah, because remember, I still have to put this on black paper, so that's going to go in there nice and smooth and not be a problem. Now I am going to try and ink the edges so it's not all white. And if you just kind of squeeze that in there a little bit on in the circle. To try and cover that paper up in that circle. There we go. I'm going to move you back out because I forget that I had you close to show you that. And I think that's good. Okay, so we're going to put your craft knife up for a moment. All right, so let's get everything in and we'll go over how we're going to put this together. Okay. Trying to get cleaned up here. Okay. So first I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut down about a 1/2 inch off the top of this card, and I'm going to cut in about 1/8 of an inch. 1/8 of an inch off the side. And almost a 1/2 an inch off the top. Okay, I'm going to get my tab punch. Remember, you can use any punch that you want. Just going to use the little tab Duflunchy. Okay, now I almost lost my M. But that's okay. It'll be just fine. Everybody will be able to see it. Okay. Get this out of the way. I'm going to put my pockets on first. Now, I did make got a strip and made this. So I'm going to go ahead and cut off, leaving just a little bit of an edge so there's something to glue to the inside of our pocket. Let's see. Trying to find that happy medium right there. That'll be good. It doesn't really matter exactly how straight it is, but you know, we hate crooked lines, don't we? We hate crooked lines. Besides, then that'll leave me a nice strip to use later on for something. Who knows? I did, however, already cut that down to the proper length and finished off my little corner pieces. So now I'm going to glue these down. And that's it. Let's not work on top of our project. And we're just gonna line this up so that that solid piece lines up flush with the top of the envelope. We don't want any of that solid piece showing. That looks good. But we don't want those. There we go. All right, yep, that's good for that one. Now this one can get, let me double check. Yeah, so I can go ahead, I believe. Let me think. I can put this down, but I'm going to have to do another cut for my calendar, because I'm going to have my calendar kind of attached to this pocket to open sideways. Oh, don't forget the bottom. Crooked. Okay, so we're just going to have a little bit of an edge. Okay. Give it a burnish. Alright, make sure that we didn't glue our sides down. Nope, nice and smooth. Okay, so we have that. And now the other pocket. Okay, nice edge around everything. And then this will just fit in between. Oh, I think this is going to be good. I think it's going to be good. Okay, so now I'm going to put this down. Line it right up with the edge on the black. Got some glue slippage, squirtage. Okay. And that looks good. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and put this one down. And we're probably going to, on the pocket on this side, put a magnet. So both of these pockets, the matting that's going to go on them is going to have some, don't forget the bottom is going to have some work done to it. Well, I used to be able to do a nice straight line. I got to get back in the swing of things, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Okay, here we go. Okay, and I think I hear my little dog up wanting to go to the bathroom, so I'm going to have to. He's 18, and boy, once he decides he has to go, you kind of got to be on top of it. And he is very hard on himself if he goes in the house. All right, guys, I'll be back in a minute. Pee-pee business.